Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Here's my top 10 favorite Anton Yelchin performances. Yes, I think you all heard the news yesterday. Actor Anton Yelchin passed away. Yes, he died at the age of 27, and he died by, I don't want to go into details, but it was an accident that happened, and oh my god, was it ever sad. Because I'm a big fan of Anton Yelchin. I think he is such a great and talented actor, and then when I found out he passed away, I'm like, oh my god, that is tragic. It is so sad. It is so tragic, and please, rest in peace, Anton Yelchin. You were an amazing actor, and oh my god, it's really sad, because I think this guy could have eventually won an Academy Award, because he is a talented actor, and it sucks that it happens. It really sucks that it happened, but I thought I'd make a video as a tribute to him, like I did with Christopher Lee and Alan Rickman. I do my top 10 favorite Anton Yelchin performances. Yes, when I say performances, I'm talking about his performance in these movies. This is not my top 10 favorite movies Anton Yelchin was in. I'm just talking about my top 10 favorite performances he is given in movies. Alright, let's get started. Here's my top 10 favorite Anton Yelchin performances. Coming in number 10 is the character he played, Porter Black from the Beaver. Yes, this was a very good movie. This movie was directed by Jodie Foster and starred Mel Gibson, Jodie Foster, Jennifer Lawrence, and Anton Yelchin. Anton Yelchin's character, his name is Porter Black, and he's the son of Mel Gibson in this movie. And Mel Gibson is pretty much a broken man. He almost has a nervous breakdown, and basically he talks through a beaver. And basically his son, played by Anton Yelchin, thinks his dad is mentally sick, and he doesn't want to be his son. He pretends he doesn't even exist and stuff, but at the same time, he's a lot like his dad. He's stressful. He's not always mentally well all the time as well and stuff, and he is socially awkward at times, as you see in some scenes when he's with Jennifer Lawrence and stuff. He doesn't always know how to act around women and stuff. He's a lot like his dad, and maybe that's why he hates his dad so much and stuff. And this is a very good movie. It's a pretty underrated dramatic comedy, and I loved Anton Yelchin in this movie. Jodie Foster's direction was completely solid, and I did love the character Anton Yelchin played, and I thought his performance was really, really solid. Coming number 9 is Ian from Only Lovers Left Alive. Yes, this movie, Only Lovers Left Alive, this would probably be in like my top 3 favorite movies Anton Yelchin is in, but as for his performance, he is so good in this movie, but I think he has better performances in other movies, but I love this movie. This is one of my favorite vampire movies. I love how gothic it is. I love how bleak it is. I love how atmospheric it is. I love Tilda Swinton and Tom Hiddleston in this movie. They're both so freaking good. Mia Wasikowska is also very good. John Hurt, all so good. It's got a great score. It's got a beautiful story. I love these characters. And Anton Yelchin is in this movie, and he is really good. He's actually pretty comical in this movie. In this movie, he's kind of like a rocker kind of guy, and basically, he does a lot. He's a man that gets things. Like, Tom Hiddleston in this movie is an immortal vampire, and basically, Anton Yelchin gets some, like, famous guitars, famous CDs, rare items and stuff. He's the man that can get things and stuff, and he's really good in this movie. I love his sort of chemistry with Tom Hiddleston. I love the conversations they have with each other, and he's just kind of a naive character, and it is a very tragic ending for his character in the middle-ish of the movie. Yes, he doesn't really get the good ending in this movie, but that's just because he's kind of naive and stuff, but he's still really well portrayed by Anton Yelchin, and for a movie that has a stellar cast, Anton Yelchin really holds his own in this movie, and he's very good. I love this movie, and Anton Yelchin is very good in it. Coming number 8 is the albino pirate from the Pirates Band of Misfits. This will go really quick. There's a lot of huge actors in this movie, like Hugh Grant and stuff, and he's really good too. Anton Yelchin is very good as this really funny, strange, goofy, silly, over-the-top character called the albino pirate and stuff, and this is just a movie, yeah, I know, for kids and stuff, but this is also a movie that Anton Yelchin just had fun with, and just having a fun animated movie like this stop-motion animated movie like Pirates Band of Misfits, it's just a really well-done movie. I really liked the movie in general, and I thought every voice actor did a good job, especially Hugh Grant, but Anton Yelchin was also great. I think some people forget he's in this movie, but he's in it, and he does a good job. Coming number 7 is Charlie Bartlett from Charlie Bartlett. This is another very underrated comedy. A lot of people forget about this movie. This is actually a very good movie. The story of this movie is about this, like, sort of rich kid. He goes to a high school, like a public high school and stuff, and basically, he becomes the school therapist in a way. He holds his therapy sessions in the bathrooms and stuff, and he basically tries to help his fellow students. You know, he even gives medications to them because he goes to see a psychiatrist and he pretends to have all these mental disorders, and the doctor gives him prescriptions, and he gives the prescriptions to his students and stuff. So basically he becomes the school psychiatrist, and it's really, really funny and a very strange and really cool idea for a movie. I love the premise in this movie, and I love Anton Yelchin in this movie. He is so freaking funny and so freaking likable in this movie. Kat Dennings is also in it. She's very good too, and Robert Downey Jr., but Anton Yelchin makes this movie as Charlie Bartlett, and he is such a funny character. He's a very weird and strange and quirky character, but he's just so fun, and I love that he tries to help his fellow students out by helping with their mental illness. Some of them have social issues, some of them have depression, some of them have suicidal thoughts, and he helps and guides them way through high school, and I really like that. It's a very funny story, and what he does for the school bully is absolutely hysterical, and yeah, this is one of my favorite Anton Yelchin performances. He's so good. Coming number 6 is Pat from Green Room. Yes, this is a movie I actually just saw a few weeks ago. I was planning on doing a review. I think I gotta do a review of it now because of the situation, and so I'm not going to go into depth about it because I'm going to do a full review of Green Room, but he's so good in this movie. Again, he plays a rocker guy. Basically, the shit he has to go through in this movie is fucking just terrifying. Escaping this club from all these fucking murderers and stuff. This is a violent, gruesome movie, but it is a lot of fun. Patrick Stewart is fantastic in this movie, but Anton Yelchin holds his own in this movie as one of the lead rocker guys. He's not the most brightest character in this movie, but you can tell he's determined to survive, and he's willing to do some horrible things to get out of this shady club, and he's great in this movie. This is a pretty new movie, and if you haven't seen it yet, please check it out. It's a very fun, very disturbing psychological horror movie, and Anton Yelchin is so good in this movie. Coming number 5 is Jacob from Like Crazy. Yes, this is such a good movie. This is such a real, great character study between these two characters. This is such a realistic, romantic movie. Anton Yelchin and Felicity Jones in this movie are both so good in this movie. Their chemistry is absolutely solid. They are so good. You bought them as this real couple. You felt like when you watched this movie, you were watching two real people who are in love with each other. And this movie is very intimate and very realistic, very smart, and very well directed. The direction is very sensitive and incredibly well done, so well executed, and Anton Yelchin is so freaking good. Him and Felicity Jones make this movie great, and I don't always like Felicity Jones in certain movies, but I think she is so good. This is one of the best performances she gives in a movie. Same with Anton Yelchin. They're both amazing. Coming number 4 is Brian from 5 to 7. Yes, another sort of romantic comedy. Again, his chemistry with this lead girl is so good. In this movie, yes, you might not think he's the most likable character because he plays this writer who's having a fling with a married woman, but then when you go into more depths about the characters, he ends up being very likable, very interesting, very three-dimensional, and Anton Yelchin, once again, plays such a good role. If you love romantic comedies, you will definitely love him in this role. He's so good. He has great chemistry with the lead girl. It's got a great story, great writing, good direction. It's a little cliche and a bit formulaic, but it's still so well acted, especially by Anton Yelchin. Coming number 3 is Sean from Up on Poppy Hill. Yes, from the movie. This movie is a Studio Ghibli movie, and it's called From Up on Poppy Hill. Again, a lot of people haven't seen this movie, but all you Studio Ghibli fans, definitely have seen it. It's such a great movie, another great character study about these two people from high school starting this own club for their students and stuff, and then they start falling in love with each other, but then they find out, are they brother and sister? But then you find out they're not brother and sister, and you want to find out the truth about his dad and stuff, and the family that took him in and stuff. This is such a great movie. A lot of great voice actors in this movie. Again, you got Anton Yelchin, and you got like Christina Hendricks and stuff. The animation in this movie, because this is a Studio Ghibli movie, is absolutely gorgeous. The animation is stunning. And again, the story is so good. It's so uplifting, so inspiring. It's so compelling, so complex. This is a great movie. Yes, younger audiences could watch, but it is mostly for adult audiences because it's got more mature themes in it and stuff. And I love it. I thought Anton Yelchin did an amazing job. I love his character in this movie, and you're so interested in his story. You want to know where his story's going. You want to know what happened to his father, what happened to his life, where's his life going, how's this story going to end. It's very interesting. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, not in a thrilling way, but more in a deep and moving way, and I love it. From Up on Poppy Hill is one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies, and Anton Yelchin, once again, is amazing in this movie. Coming number 2 is Charlie Brewster from Fright Night. Yes, this is one of my favorite performances by Anton Yelchin. Yes, I love David Tennant in this movie, Toni Collette, Imogen Poots, they're all great. Of course, Colin Farrell as Jerry the Vampire. I love it because this is a story about a kid, basically his neighbor is a vampire. He doesn't believe it, and his nerdy friend, Evil Ed, played by Christopher Mintz-Plasse, is telling him, your neighbor is a vampire. Then when his friend goes missing, he actually starts to believe maybe his neighbor is a vampire, and then he goes on a vampire hunting spree, meaning he only hunts him. Doesn't hunt vampires, just tries to get to the bottom of Jerry's secret and how to kill. Some help from Peter Vincent, played by David Tennant and stuff. This is a great movie. It's a remake from an original cult classic film, Fright Night. Another great movie. Another one's probably gonna be a cult classic. Now, a lot of people saw this movie, and they should have. It's a great vampire movie, great horror comedy. I love it. It is so entertaining, so fun. Again, Anton Yelchin is so good in this movie, and I love that this movie is a remake of a cult classic, but it stays very fresh and new. Yes, it takes some themes from the original film, but it makes it its own. It has more modernization of Fright Night, and it just freaking works. It so works. The comedy's great, the action's great, the effects are great, it's very tension-filled, and the ending third act is pretty badass, and yeah, I love Anton Yelchin. This is one of my favorite performances he gives in a movie. He's so good in this movie. It's just such a fun movie. And my number 1 favorite Anton Yelchin performance is Pavlo Chekhov from Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness. Yes, Ensign Pavlo Chekhov, Pavlo Andeus. Yes, I love Anton Yelchin in this movie as Chekhov. Again, when they remade Star Trek, or rebooted it, or whatever you want to say it, I was a little, worried about the cast and stuff because I am so attached to the original Star Trek cast. I didn't know who they were going to get, but this new cast was so good. You got John Cho, Zachary Quinto, Chris Pine, Bruce Greenwood, Zoe Saldana, Simon Pegg, who's amazing as Scotty, and of course Anton Yelchin as Chekhov. At first, his accent is a little funny because I'm not used to seeing Anton Yelchin with an accent, but he does a damn good job playing Chekhov. He feels like Chekhov. When I pictured Chekhov, I'm like, I never pictured Anton Yelchin playing him, but he does do a damn good job. He feels like Pavlo Chekhov, like his mannerisms, the way he acts. Sometimes he's goofing over the top like Chekhov. He just feels like Chekhov. That's why I like his performance. Like it's not amazing, top-notch, spectacular acting or anything, but he feels like Chekhov, and that was about, because even some of these new cast members, as much as they're great in the roles, they don't feel like the original characters. See, Chekhov, it does feel like Chekhov, and that is thanks to a great performance by Anton Yelchin. And I love Star Trek, and I'm glad Anton Yelchin was a part of Star Trek. I can't wait for Star Trek Beyond, and of course, this performance, Chekhov, is my favorite Anton Yelchin performance. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite Anton Yelchin performances. God rest in peace, man. And of course, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this list? If not, give me your top 10 favorite Anton Yelchin performances. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.